Okay, we're back on. And of course, I got to play everything. And with my bifocals, I hope I readjusted this so you guys can actually see what I'm doing instead of seeing this. Hopefully, you will see this. What I'm going to do, so of the things that you missed, I'm going to do a little quickie redo. Get that up nice and tight. Lift this up so that you can see what I was talking about down doing this area here. I get my little, this is that quarter angle brush. See it? I hope you can see it. Quarter angle brush. Going back into here. I hope you can see that. I'm trying to keep my head. Those bifocals kind of mess me up, so I'm dipping into this paint a little bit. But you can see where I was working in between these little guys and around the ears. So I hope you can see the ears. I kind of carved there. Now that ribbon is going to come out in some manner or form over here. And we'll get to that later. And this is that area that you didn't get to see. I was cleaning up around there. Now I will turn this the other direction here so you can see me do these legs down here. Hopefully you can see them this time. Like so. Lift this up a little bit, man. That'll help. Okay. I'm thinking about what's happening down here. I want to put a road with a curve in it. Yeah. I might do a road with a curve. So I go back. I don't want that one. I want one of my angle brushes. Oh, there's one here somewhere. Where is it? I washed you yesterday. I know you're here. Where is it? You are right here. You are. Okay. This is a angle shader 5/8. Okay. Just because I want to cover a little bit of territory, but still kind of get close to here and in some little tight areas. So I might want to do kind of a little road. Well, let's do this first. I'll make a little dirt road here. This was glaring too, so I hope I got this so it's not glaring like it was before. Hopefully that's a little better. We got a little of this. And remember, the browns dry faster, so I don't need the speedy stuff. Just this here. We want this to be a little bit lighter. So now you see how when I add white, you also notice I'm going right into this messy pile. That's okay. You want some of these colors to interact and intermingle because it's going to have all the colors in it anyway. You don't want to paint like you're a paint by number. It's okay if you get a little mess here. It works well. But when you get that chalky, see how I grab this orange and go back into it. And since we're doing kind of a dirt feel to this, I'm going to add a little of this. This is that yellow ochre light. And some white. And this is that titanium, the unbleached titanium. It's very thick, so I add a little moisture. See how that softens that up? And let's just kind of, it makes almost a flesh tone. See how that kind of grayed it out just a little bit. More paint. Lots more paint. So we go to the burnt sienna. orange, a burnt umber, white, more white, more white, little orange. A little more burnt umber and blue. See that blue? You gotta be kind of careful with it. You don't want it too blue. There we go. It almost kind of made it gray. Yeah, I like this. Just want to cover canvas right now. Just fill in the holes. A lot of times when you just go ahead and when you don't have a plan like I do for the background right now, just go ahead and don't be afraid, just put your paint on. Sometimes, and actually most of the time, when you got it all on and you push back and you look at it, you're gonna see things that will give you ideas and suggestions just by where you added the color, where the color's light or dark. Now, where you couldn't see before, when I was getting up close to these lines here, I can show you now that I have this adjusted back to the orange a little bit, a little too much there. And this part you didn't get to see either. See how I'm pull the paint out? No, don't scoop it. This way you can regulate how much paint is going into your mixture. Like that. Like that. You do the same thing here. You can kind of wiggle that to get up close to your pencil line and pull out. Like that. Like that. Up in there. Curves can be, you see, you can turn this over and use that tip to give you a little more tiny control. That's what's nice about these angles, is that little point that gives you. Spread it out there. Now, when you have a background here and this is your horizon line, if I was going to make that just all dirt, and I may do that just for now, just to kind of demonstrate how this works. I'm not going to use this color all the way to the top. The further the background gets, the darker it's going to be. The closer up it is to you, the brighter it's going to be. So, I take my burnt umber and that orange and a little of this burnt sienna, and I'm going to go for the cobalt blue right now instead of the other one because it wants to be a little green, and this is less. Moisten it up a little bit, and I'm going to put this back here. And you want to see how I'm pulling that across right in the middle. See how that blurs that and blends that. These brushes, it's called a shader, and that's what it does. It shades. See how it shades that? Like magic. Go across here. Dark. Go back over here. Around there. Of course, you'll go over your background. This is just your first layer. You'll build everything else around this on top of it. Light colors and little detail-y things. I just like to have something here. See, I grab a little bit of light there into my dark because I'm getting, this is kind of in a transition area right here where it's going from dark to light. The cat's sneezing. Can you hear the cat sneezing? Thank you, little cat. That's her name. We couldn't think of anything more clever than that. She's about 8. Little cat. Bless you. I think she's more sensitive to the smell of the paint and the turpentine than I am. I'm so kind of used to it now. I guess I'm immune. You can call that an immunity. A little more color. I ran out. Burnt umber. Burnt sienna. Little orange. A little yellow ochre. White. Not much. Just a little. A little dip. There. See how I pulled the brown into the light until I found that just that right shade? See that? And as you practice and you get more familiar with the feel of the paint, you'll be able to go a little faster. Like I can go fast. It took me a while to figure out how to go fast. Just don't be afraid to push the paint into the can. Don't be afraid of it. You can paint over it.